I watched some shit. I watched a whole lot of shit. I think I saw the internet in its entirety for a solid 72 hours. That is no
Go on.
easy. That is no easy feat. No. I did what most people do when sick. For some reason, true crime just calls to me when I'm sick. Um, because Bob Barker ain't doing the fucking prices right no more. What's somebody to do? I mean, I like me some Drew Carey. Don't get me wrong, but it ain't Bob. It ain't Bob. um, but you name a serial killer, I watched a documentary on him, with the exception of BTK. There is surprisingly a large lack of documentaries on BTK. I feel like he's going to be the next big Netflix or HBO star.
Yeah. Part of me wanted
um,
to say that there already was one in production for him.
mm. But I watched that Sons of Sam. That was really, really good. I watched that Night Stalker one. That was fantabulous. Um, but I started noticing something, sir. Like I was having like these like weird epiphanies and like between bouts of delirium. Um, I was trying to correlate between like you ever, you ever notice that there really aren't any more serial killers? Like we have pussy ass mass shooters. Nobody, no, we don't like all the cool shit. I mean, you know what I mean? The creative shit.
Phrasing, but
The creative. You know, like when did that stop? Like, do people just like start having? Was there like a rash of really good stepdads?
the last one I can think of is the Gilgo Beach killer. And I think that was last active in 2016. Damn.
Like the last thing that I remember, uh, and I still like this was like this is pretty much just another mass shooter to a certain degree, but like it was the DC sniper.
Yep.
But like at least there was a little bit of a, you know what I mean? Like at least he got in before it was trendy. Or well, they did.
That's not technically a mass shooter. That would be a serial killer by definition too. So because it's not really mass, it was more targeted in single location thing. So I'll give them credit for that, but yeah, that I'm trying not to remember this fondly because that's not what you're trying to do either. But we somehow keep saying things that are a little off the kilter. But that is one of the last ones too. I could probably think of
But
besides
it's
that
just
the New
like,
York.
when's the last time that, like I mean, remember the Zodiac killer? Wasn't that fun? Like everybody's got a puzzle to solve, you know? None of this I hate my dad in my school, so I'm gonna go shoot some random kids and you know during free period because I'm a fucking loser. Um
Yeah, a real piece of fucking shit.
yeah, so I mean like I'm just saying like if you have I mean there are options out there. I mean, I'm not saying that you need to resort to violence or anything, but I'm just saying if there is no other way, come on, man, like throw in a little flair. I'm not condoning. I'm just saying.
This is not legal advice either.
Yes, but yes. I am just saying, like, I'm like, it's so boring. I'm like, I mean, what was it? Shit. I was watching, even this one that I watched on Netflix. It was crazy. I wish it was a little bit more entertaining. The crime scene was way more interesting than the actual story. But it was this one in that took place in like Delhi, India, I think it was. And like there was like you know how like they do over there where like, grandma and the parents and the kids are all on the same fucking roof, so like there's like 20 of them sons of bitches in like one house. Um Fucking all of them. Like I think there was 11 in this one, like grandparents, like regular parents and like kids and stuff. Like all 11 of them fucking hung themselves like to collectively like at one time. And like it was cuz like I guess the grandpa started having like visions from like another dead relative, and like they're like, "Oh, you need to do this. This is a good idea." And it was like, okay, it's kind of cool, but I mean, but even that to me is better than well, I'm just gonna run around like it's fucking Duke Nukem. I don't even want. I take that back because that's fucking talking shit against fucking the Duke. They wish they were the Duke.
There we go. Yeah, I don't know that there has been a loss of the thematic from Jesus, from that particular brand of sin, we'll say. I just I wonder if it is areas where technology is at a certain level, and that's why they get less and less creative, and why most of this stuff is spree based as opposed to
That's
as opposed
why
to being serial.
that's why the next great serial killer is gonna be like an Elon Musk.
That's assuming it's not already happening.
Exactly. Exactly. Allegedly.
For legal reasons, that was also a joke. Uh, yeah, and that's you get into technicalities on how cell phones and stuff work, and how when it's on at a certain time, that's how they can pinpoint you to something. They not being tinfoil hat thing, they being the authorities.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna have to be something like that, and it's probably gonna be Netflix is gonna have the rights immediately to it. Universal's gonna pick up the movie rights. Universal even around? I don't know what studios are around anymore since everywhere's cleaning house.
Blumhouse. It'll be Blumhouse.
It'll be Blumhouse. You're right. You got all of that kind of stuff, and it'll just. You think there'll be T-shirts?
Well,
No.
during a trial, if you make it to trial, yes.
So let's talk about bad taste, and not the movie. That's very good. But I think at that point, if they immortalize the serial killer on a T-shirt during the trial phase, it's gonna be a kind of a scummy move. But they're gonna sell like hotcakes.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that because another documentary that I watched is one on our good friend Mr. Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber.
Ah,
That motherfucker's on T-shirts. That was the thing that was the best part about that documentary, was that everybody was just like, so yeah, we read his manifesto, like the shit that we had to print in the paper, and like they're like, for all accounts and purposes, it's actually really good paper. Like it kills them. Like everybody was just like, he's got a point. Like he was a bad dude, but he's got a point. Like they attacked his grammar more than his ideas.
yeah. I was just thinking too. I was like, damn, they really did put Ted on apparel.
Oh yeah, he brought aviators back, baby.
And then people accused Weird Al of being the Unabomber.
I think that's probably why he did the whole shaving. Yeah, it makes sense. God, I want to see that movie too. The Daniel Radcliffe one. That shit
Yeah.
looked fucking baller. Um, But yeah, so those are some passing thoughts I had. So I'm a serial killer encyclopedia. Um,